In this video, I'll be showing you how to transform your frontal into a closure, and you can be using a 13x4 frontal or a 13x6 frontal, whatever frontal. I will show you how to take it from being a frontal into a closure, and then it will look perfect for your wig. Okay, make sure you stick around to the very end. If you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you like this video so far, or I know you like it, so just click the like button. It will help the video to do well. And without further ado, guys, if you also have any question, leave them in the comment section. And without further ado, let's get right into the transformation process. First thing you want to do is you want to get your frontal, your old frontal, be it old, be it new, but I want to assume it's an old frontal, because if you need a closure, you would just buy a closure, right? A new one. So let's assume it's an old frontal that you're working with. So first thing first, you take it out, and then you want to detangle it, because it could be a frontal that isn't detangled. It could be a frontal that maybe you just loosed an old wig and took it out, or maybe the client already had it stored in the house, just like what we have. My client already took the taking down, and then she just sent the hair to me, and she already had the hair for long, right? So of course it was very tangled, it was very matted. So I took my brush and began to detangle the hair, the frontal. So whatever hair you're having, be it coily, be it pixie, be it straight hair, want to first make sure you go ahead and detangle it first. So you want to go ahead and take your tape rule to measure the frontal you have. Yes, when this frontal was given to me, I was told it was a 13x4, but the truth is, yes, when the client got the frontal, it was 13x4, but this client had used this hair, had done several installations, so of course it would have reduced. So after going ahead to just see what we have, what we are working with, then it is then time for us to measure the dimension we'll be able to get with our closure. Because depending on what is left on the frontal is what you can use to determine the amount of closure length you will get. For instance, will you be able to get a 4x4 closure, a 5x5 closure, or will you just have to do a 2x6 closure? This is where you get to determine that. So just as you can see, I decided to just give it a measurement, but I decided to first get the midpoint, and this was what I was trying to achieve, to get the midpoint of the frontal, so I can then determine where because I want to make sure that my 5x5 everything is equal on both sides. So you first get the midpoint on your frontal, right? So once you now get that, you then now want to, from the midpoint, take from to the left and to the right side, just as you can see on the screen, and then you begin to measure. So here I took a 4 to the right, then 4 to the other side, which means this would have been a 8 by whatever dimension. But no, now let me tell you why I did this. So I did this to see, okay, if I take an 8x8, maybe I want to do like a closure that is quite long, that will also almost look like a frontal but would not even need installation. But then I measure, okay, what are the dimension I would get, like when it comes to the vertical side of things, because right now I'm working on the horizontal line. So what would the dimension do I get with the vertical? If it's a very short, just like you can see the way I put the tape, I realized it was not even up to 3. It was not up to 3 inches I was going to get. So I was like, no, this 4 would not work, right? So what did I do? I went back in to now divide it more, and this time around, what was I going for? I was going for a 6. Like, okay, let's see, can we do a 6x4 closure? And again, after doing that, I go back to check what length do I get on the vertical, which now I can get 3 inches on the vertical. So with the 6 dimension that has been gotten, I know, again, I do not want to work with the 6 inches. So I decided to measure again, because I just was not liking what I was getting with the 6 inches. So I decided to mark okay, if I decide to do a 5 by 4 inches, right, for the closure, how would that be? So I mark that, right, just to say, okay, this is what it looks like. Then I decide to just add a little bit of inches, that okay, when I'm cutting, so which means now I'm no longer going for the 6 inches. But what will I do? I will still mark that line, but doesn't mean that the closure will be 6 inches. I'm just going to mark that line for cutting, because when I am now working on the closure, like once I cut it, first cutting, I can still trim off, or if I want to like close off certain ends, I can still do that. So that was what I was doing, and then I now flipped it to the other end, so that I can use my what's this called, my cutting comb, to cut it. And now looking at this video, I also realized I made a mistake. I'm actually sorry. It's actually why doing this voice note I can realize the mistake I made, which is the fact that the line of the 6 that I was supposed to draw on, I went to draw on the line of the 8. Guys, I don't know if you saw that, but that was actually a mistake. But actually I did later fix it up. Yes, now it makes sense. I later fixed it up because I realized when I placed the closure, that after I finished cutting onto my wig, I still realizing it's really, really wide. So I realized I actually still cut it, and I don't think I showed it, but now it made sense why there was that mistake. Yeah, look at that. But anyways, this is what you just do. You just want to use like a cutting comb or your comb to and why I'm doing this process before I cut it is because I do not want to cut off the hair in the process of I'm cutting the closure, the frontal. And no, I do not want to lose any strands of hair, because the fact is this closure has lost a lot of strands due to my client has been wearing this closure, this frontal, for a long time. So I also want to maintain the density of whatsoever is left. And yes, these are the pieces we have after I had cut the frontal. These are the pieces. You can actually still work with these small pieces. Actually, you can use to do 1 or 2 stylists in the house. You know how we can always manipulate these pieces. So anyways, but for me, I'll keep it and send it back to my clients, because I like to send every remaining thing back to my clients. I just like to be accountable for that. Now this is what we have, right? So this was supposed to be like 6 inches and all, and this is what we have, right? And what I just did was I just worked with my comb. I think later I realized it was too longer than what I thought, and then I still worked on it. And also I want to say something with this closure, right? So you can see how it is. Now let's fix it on the wig. It's 2 ways. You can decide to fix it horizontal, the way I am going to fix it right now in this video, and you can actually decide to fix it vertically. Yes, if you want the frontal to be, go to the back and all. But my client did not want that. My client actually wanted the horizontal one. She wanted a lot of space in the front. So I just decided to fix it. You just keep watching to see how I actually fix the new closure. Yes, our new closure on the new wig. And then I just go ahead to get the midpoints of the new closure, and just the way you will fix, closure on your wig. If you don't know how to make a closure wig, guys, don't worry. I have videos on my channel about how to make closure wigs. I have several videos. If you don't like long videos, I have several shorts on how to make a closure wig, so make sure you go there and watch this video, because in this one, like, this is not the focus of this. I'm just explaining how you can make a closure from a frontal. So anyways, I go ahead and fix it. So you see, this is the horizontal way I fixed it, right? You can decide to fix this closure in the vertical way, which means you have to give like a Kim K a Kim K frontal, a Kim K closure, actually. So it just depends on what your client asks of you, or what you, if you're doing it for yourself, what you want. But this was what my client asked, and this is what I delivered. Okay, this is how the closure now is looking, all sweet and all. And yes, I'm just showing you, and then off camera I went to attach the bundles to it as well, so that our new closure wig can come all together. Guys, if you're loving this video so far, please go ahead to click the like button of this video. It is absolutely free, no charges, it's free. Just click it. Okay, thank you. It helps this video to reach those that are actually looking out for this video. Also, if you like what you're seeing already, why not join my YouTube channel, join the family? you can do that by subscribing, which it is also free. Okay, and now let's continue. Let's see the result of what we've done. And here is the result, guys. Here is the result of our new closure wig. Yes, I had fixed the bundles, and yes, this is what we're having. The hair is looking amazing. Okay, from a frontal wig to this beautiful closure. Come on, look at that. And because of the bundle we have, and because of the closure dimension that I did structure, we are able to do both side parting, both C cuts. You can even do a little bit of C cut. Yes, I think I went on to actually do a C cut for my clients. You can do middle parting. It's just beautiful. So yeah, your old frontals, don't throw them away. You can use them. You can repurpose them. Okay, repurpose them into a closure wig, and nobody's gonna know. And yes, this is what we have. By here, I just styled the hair, wet the hair. This was the hair when it looked wet, when I had to style it and whatnot. I was just showing you guys, and you guys are about to see the hair in a dry form. Such a beauty. Okay, period. Anyways, this is what we have when we are looking at the full hair in its glory, guys. Like, just look at this. From a frontal to a closure. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. How will they know? No, how will they know? Let me know. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about this process in the comment section. If you have question, ask me. I would respond. Those that know me on this channel, I always respond to my comments, all my comments. Yes, quote me anywhere. So ask me the question in the comment section and I will respond. Again, remember to click the like button of this video. It is absolutely free. Also remember to subscribe. It is absolutely free, guys. All these things are free. Okay, YouTube is giving this thing free, so do it. Thank you very much. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Make sure you're locked in. Okay, thank you and have a blessed one. Bye.